Well, here we are. It's a Sunday live. It's the 21st, the first Sunday live of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Very good evening to you. It's 9 p.m. in the UK. Just to mention, next week, if you're in the UK, it'll be back to 10 p.m. because the clocks change. So it's an hour later next week. Same bat channel, but just an hour later. Doesn't change for you over there, does it? It's already
No,
happened.
well, we've already had it happen. Why we don't do it the same time is craziness to me. But yeah, so we're a few weeks out of sync with our time changes.
I know it's
So,
weird, isn't it? How they do that.
yeah.
It's
So I got the whole basketball court behind me because it's March Madness, college basketball, and I wanted to set the tone because one of our friends, Jeff Gitlin, is going to be watching a game, and he won't be able to watch this live today, but he'll be watching on the replay. So I wanted to give him a little bit of the basketball behind me. So he's he's more of a
that's great.
basketball fan than I am. I used to watch him all the time, but just in
Yeah.
the last couple of years, I haven't been watching the basketball games as much. So, oh, he is there. So
Yeah.
go Orange. It starts in 15 minutes. Okay. Well, I think I got the wrong basketball court there, but anyway, yeah.
Now, if you look very carefully at the very top back row, third seat along, right, I'm actually there, and there's a bit of green screen. You might just be able to see behind Daryl's head, and that I'm sat there right now. I actually had to fly over for the event, but I can't stay long. I've got to get back for the morning.
Oh man. Well, we got an eventful afternoon here to talk to you about, an evening or morning, wherever you might be tuning in today. And if you're on the replay, make sure you like and subscribe and share with your friends. We always appreciate that. I have a list of things I wanted to talk about. And as more people are kind of filing in, we'll start to talk a little bit more about that stuff. Is there anything on your mind right off the bat that we can intro or preview?
There's a lot of things happening in the world of lead gen magic. I'm now only a couple of weeks away from getting the directory training completed. It's taken longer than expected, and only because of updates with the Magic Form update with Magic Page plugin, and I wanted to make sure that all the current themes work with the new version of Magic Page plugin, which we are currently beta testing, and make sure they're reliable. So I held back a bit longer than I'd like to make sure that this runs smoothly. And I've realised that in a lot of the themes, there are some updates that need to be done. So we are working frantically through those over the next 2 weeks to get them sorted. Once they're done, also the training program will be available. So lifers, you'll get free access to it, and there'll be a bigger announcement nearer the time for people to get in on that. And I know in a bit we'll be talking about something, Daryl, to do with Lead Gen Magic and Magic Page, and within that deal, anyone who comes in on that deal will also get my directory training course as well.
Yeah, so we might as well talk about a couple of things now that we're getting some people to join us today. One is, I'm very grateful of Stephen. Stephen, your templates club is great. I always love talking to you on these Sunday lives, and the form and the templates club are a huge part of things. And so we've decided that Stephen is going to make a general child theme for Mass Page Tools to be the free starter child theme for you. So you'll have this one free child theme. We're going to get rid of my version, which the version that he's going to make is going to take the inspiration from mine, but just make it look a whole lot nicer and do all the training. And he's going to do the support for that as well. So it's going to be a real benefit to those that are in the Mass Page Tools community to have that as sort of your first starter theme from Stephen's club inside of Mass Page Tools. It'll be your very first child theme that you get to install. and it'll take as much from the form as we can possibly get. So I'm really thankful, Steve, that we were able to talk about that this week and to get that set up. It's going to be a little while right before you have that.
Yeah, it'll be a few weeks away because we've got to get all the current themes and updated to work smoothly and run properly. So we'll do a version for you as soon as possible, and it's gonna be nice and tidy. It won't be anything too special, because if you want something a bit more special, then you come over to Lead Gen Magic and you sign up there, and you get all the ones that are in the various niches that we're going to be building. And we've got, over the coming year, we've got plans to do other variations, not just in the market of the niches where, like, plumbers or electricians. There are other areas as well that people want them to work with, so we're looking at other options. And also, you guys are on this, it's always useful to know what other themes you'd like created, because we're going to get to a point down the road where we will start creating our own themes in there, and branching away a little bit from the ones you get free from Magic Page plugin. And the only reason behind that is I had an agreement with Mike for only so long to use the free ones, and then I've got to switch over to variations of my own. So it will get to a point where we will create our own. We'll keep up with the niches that Mike's creating, but we'll create our own sort of layouts, our own designs behind it. And the main reason being is licensing involved, and like I said, I only had an agreement for so long to use Mike's templates to get things started.
Yeah, and Stephen, that conversation we had this after, was it Friday? I think it was.
I think it might have been, yeah.
2 hours on the phone back and forth, but maybe it was yesterday. But I actually came up with some more ideas after we got off the phone that we should talk about later on.
Awesome.
Which I think will be great. So we'll work together on the theme that the child theme that he does. So it'll be, the best we can make it. I think that's one of the areas that we could improve the webinars when we do it, to actually show how it looks inside of what one of Steven's child themes look like. I think it'll really boost up how it all comes together for you. So that's the first breaking news. Do you want to talk about the next breaking news about the lifetime?
If you want to go.
Okay.
You go ahead. Go on.
All right. So
I'm just going to check something on Facebook, because George said he's blocked. Now I don't know if it's him that's blocked or something going on. So I'm just going to go and check that while you talk about it.
Okay. So basically, we have never really done a lifetime deal for the business plan for Mass Page Tools. We've done it when we kicked off the agency plan, was lifetime. And then we have a handful of lifetime enterprise users, that have upgraded from the agency and got into the enterprise. Now, we don't want to do lifetime upgrades to all of the plans all throughout the year, just because I need to have people paying monthly for the service in order to keep it going, to keep the training going, and all of that kind of thing. But one of the things we would like to do is to give people an opportunity at the very lowest level. They won't get a lot of the features, such as Siphon, and the Word AI will be very limited, and the image hosting will be limited. But the business plan, I would like to team up with Steven's lowest package, and then have a lifetime deal for that. Okay, the price is yet to be announced. We will have some webinars coming up where we'll be talking to people about that plan, where you'll get a lifetime for both of our plans. This is the first time we've ever done this, where Stephen and my plan you can buy all at once. But if you already have the lifetime agency, it won't be smart for you, because you're already all set. If you have the lifetime enterprise, you're all set. This is just going to be a one-time payment for the business plan and the agency plan. So if you're not a big user, like I was talking to some people recently, and they only need to make a few websites, one or two. So this is the perfect opportunity for them to get into our form, to get into Steven's templates, and to make some really great mass pages. The 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 fact that it's a one-time price, it works, I think, good for people to have at least an entry point. And it works good for us too, because we have a lot of add-ons, we have a lot of upgrades that they can do down the road. So just wanted to announce that formally to the community. It's not going to be right away available, but Steven's going to have a way to intro it with a special promotion that we're not going to announce today what that is, but Steven's going to have a very special promotion to kind of kick this off. And so I will leave that on his side to bring up.
With Lead Gen Magic, the way it works is that we've got the standard themes now. We've got, which don't have any X fields in. We have the X field versions, which is what's going to come. The standard and X field versions will come into the deal, and then further on is all the live over the shoulder training that I'm putting together. Now, the over the shoulder training is on the next plan up. So it just means that anyone who's buying at that point, now lifers who came on board at the very start of Lead Gen Magic, you're having access. Originally, I wasn't going to offer the live training, but I've decided to offer the live training to you guys because we decided to do some deals for other people who don't use the products that often, but want to be able to access it as and when they want. And so, and I made an announcement a little while ago of how we're going to do things. And also, another upgrade that the lifers have had. Originally, I was going to do WP Vivid versions and also the themed versions. And the themed versions would have been a new upgrade within the system. And I've gifted that over to all lifers automatically, so that we come to the decision that we will phase out the WP Vivid versions because they're a little bit bulky, and you have to do a lot of updates. There's a lot involved. So you guys have been upgraded free of charge, being lifers to the theme versions, and obviously you got your lifetime hosting. I mean that the price I charged at the start of this with lifetime hosting, the hosting's worth it alone. Mm-hmm. And then the live training, which was the ultimate bit that I wasn't going to let lifers have and say you've got to buy in on it. I'm giving that to you as well. So all training courses that are coming up, there's going to be, I'm planning on putting together an inner circle members area where once a week, I once I've done the training, I will be in that members area once a week so people can come on and ask any questions. Now that price is going to be set around somewhere between $27 and $37. I'm not sure the exact price yet per month. Lifers will have access to that as well for free. So you're getting the whole caboodle for the original very low price. And then, like I said, me and Daryl talked about opening up for other people who have messaged us. And I had a lot of people message me going, I want to use this, but I don't want to be paying monthly because I want to use it as and when. And so that's where me and Daryl got talking about doing a joint deal on this. But those people that come in on that deal will not get the live training access or the members area access, which is an upgrade.
That sounds good. So you're ever forming a better deal for everybody, which is great. Yep. And I think it's going to be less confusing for people if we're using the same child themes for our starter template. So that and the fact that you'll be able to do the support for it is awesome. So got some great comments in here coming in. I got Paul saying hi, gents. Hello, Paul. John, George the black tea's been back in now, right?
Yeah, he is. George was blocked on Facebook for a couple of days. He might have posted something he shouldn't.
Okay.
Evening, Ted. Good to see you. I saw him very briefly when you and I were talking when you hit a button by mistake.
Yeah. Tree surgeons. I'm not sure what that is.
That means another theme idea.
Okay.
And So I made a note of that on my board to include that at
Okay.
some point. So
Okay, good. Speaking of Final Four, Cuse tips off in 5 minutes. Jeff Green. Yes. That's my Syracuse. I'm right in Syracuse. So yeah, that's my team.
there's the judge.
I'm gonna watch it later. Morning, boys. Andrew, thank you. Welcome. Guys, always been fair with your upgrade pass. Always putting the customer first. Very rare and much appreciated. Yeah, we want you guys to succeed, and we want to keep giving more and more value. That's what these Sunday lives are all about, and the live trainings that we do and everything like that. Jeff Gitlin.
Something else on that is the fact that I don't know many product vendors who are prepared to be on a Facebook or YouTube live, right? And you can ask us questions about the products, and not only that, you can reach out to me and Daryl if there are issues. We prefer, to go for the support channels, but if you don't get the response, because sometimes we get super busy in life, we've got families as well. Yeah. If we miss your ticket for any reason, we're quite happy for you to ping us a message on Facebook and go, hey, you've missed my message. We're only human at the end of the day, and we're always happy to look after you guys. There's people in the group that I've seen here that they know me, right? If they've got a major problem, I will hop on a short call with them to give them a hand, and I do that because I'm passionate about the products and I'm passionate about looking after my customers. And whilst at times things don't go always to my plan on my wall, at the end result, we will get there.
Right. Absolutely. Tim Judge says lifetime opportunity is an opportunity of a lifetime. Love you guys. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, the lifetime plan that we're going to offer is going to be released soon. We're talking about a special offer for the first time that includes both Steven's and my lowest package to get people into the fold. It's not to take over. If you're already, an agency or a platinum member, it won't make sense for you, I don't think, if you're using the software to do any kind of change, because it's not going to include all the features that you currently have with Stevens and everything like that. So you're better off going with, and you'll see what the deal is. This isn't to replace your monthly payment and just say, I'm just going to go with this lifetime thing, because it's going to be very limited. It's not going to. It's going to be for that small hair salon that just wants to build up some pages and they're not a lead gen agency per se. They want a mom and pop shop or something like that just wants to build out a few pages and, a few websites, and that's it. This is going to be kind of perfect for that kind of situation. So that's why we're teaming up for that.
Absolutely. And the thing is with the deal that we're going to release as well, the Xfield versions that work with Daryl's form will have only a certain number of niches in them also. So because there'll be the top plan, which will have regular new ones added each month. And so I haven't decided how many will be added yet, but there'll be a certain number in total, probably 40 or so, to get people started in the first place. But lifers, every time I add a new one, you've got access to that. That's going to be built and done. So,
yep, excellent. I did say, and I promised inside the group that I was going to address this question for Richard Bowen. He brought up I was having a hard time understanding what he meant by this, but if you looked at the URLs that he's talking about, he says he says he wants to build some pages in Divi, which I'm not a big fan of Divi for mass page, but he wants to know, if he does it, will it generate sort of a subdirectory that is like the name of the town and then pest control, or the name of the town and exterminators as LSI keyword, related to the pest control niche. So he has pestcontrolhartford.com, and then he has / West Hartford exterminators. Okay. So currently, and the way I answered this for him inside the group, because I was waiting a few days for others to join in. I don't want to be the first one that answers everything. So feel free to jump in and give your words of advice, because it's about a community. It's not just Daryl, and it's just not Steven. It's all of us working together. But I gave it a few days. Nobody really answered, so I wanted to answer him with this. And currently with Magic Page plugin version 5.8, it's not very I'm not saying it's impossible. It's not advisable, really, with the way it's structured, to try to just do this out of the box. You actually have to do a hack in order to make something like this happen. The word West Hartford in your example, Richard, would not, they would have dashes between West and Hartford. Okay. It wouldn't be upper lowercase. It would be all lowercase. And then as far as exterminators, that would come first. So you would install it in a directory called exterminators, and then you would do / local, and then you would have, because that's, you have to name the MPP subfolder. And then you would have to put in West Hartford, and then, you could put the region or something in there. So it's really cumbersome, and it's sort of a workaround and stuff like that. And it makes the URL string very, very long. Let me remove the Sunday Live. So now the good news is coming up right around the corner. After Magic Page plugin leaves the beta, you will have the ability to put things into groups. Okay. And when you put it into a group, you can then have your exterminators, and then you can have your pest control. And when you run the post maker and the page generator, it'll create real WordPress pages. Okay. That you can modify later, and you can affect the posts and things like that later on there. So you'll be able to control the way the slug is as well. So you'll have this pest control Hartford / and then you will be able to select location first, and then the name of the group. Or you could have pest control, and then you could just write in manually the group pest control, which I think that's sort of how it would work best. And then you just run that group of pages, and you make them out, and then you just put them into your sitemap. So you're gonna basically make sure that it links from the home page to one of your key pages. Okay, in that cluster of niche, the sub niche, I guess you could call it, the LSI. So it will, okay, now the new version of Magic Page plugin is a little bit like the movie Inception. It'll get a little confusing for you when you're inside of the regular pages as to how that was created, because you can do it in several runs. You can do, just like right now, we have basically one Magic Page. And when you change that Magic Page, it changes all your pages, right? But inside of the new version of Magic Page plugin, you could have several different runs that you've done, and it can be a little bit confusing for you, because once you've made it and then you go to your pages, you don't know which run you made that from. Now, I don't know if they could put it into the view row, so you can see, just like you can with categories, you could see which group it came from, or which one it came from. But that's a WordPress thing, so it would have to be coded in as part of the plugin to let you know. So that's where we're at right now. It's really super powerful, and it'll give you a lot more control over your URL slugs, which I think is great for SEO. I think it's great for folks that have wanted to do the LSI keywords. So this is a very anticipated part of Magic Page plugin, and that's coming out soon. And in addition to a lot of great other features that we'll talk about as time goes on. So there's definitely a lot of benefit to just waiting a little bit until that comes out of beta, and then you'll be able to do a whole lot more with regard to the URL slug that comes after the .com. So
this is going to be a super time saver, because I used to build my sites with the main domain name at the front, and it would be like, myplumbing.com or something, and you'd have your plumber site there. Then I'd install into a subfolder another WordPress installation, which would be the location. So let's say in the UK, London was it? I'd do a London folder / and then it'd be the to do with the niches, so underfloor heating, etc. Then I'd do /Birmingham and another install. And it's very time consuming to install WordPress again, clone your site over, and then change it enough so that Google doesn't moan Google doesn't really moan about duplicate content, to be honest, but it's better to spin it just in case.
Right.
So with the new version, I've been playing around with it, and it's awesome because you can do the groups. Now, something that's a little bit frustrating on my part that I find, and I doubt very much this is going to be enabled because it never has been, was to be able to have more than one magic page under that section. Now, my workaround is to use a page clone tool, because if you put that plugin into it, you can actually, I shouldn't really say this officially, but you can have more than one magic page in there, all right, to be able to save as you go down. And then I would label them. If you're gonna do London, label the page as London, so you know what it is. Then you've got Birmingham, Bristol, and so on. All right. And then that way, then you know what your pages are and how they're created. Or you could name them. You could do a page, about us page, and name it that or something. As long as you keep a spreadsheet as well of what you're doing, so you know what page is where and how you're doing it. Then you can do what Daryl said, but into a group, and that group could be the location group, and then you could have the slug in Magic Page as underfloor heating. Or you can do it the other way around. You could have underfloor heating / and then the slug could be the master location. It's up to you which way around you're doing it.
Yeah. So, but one thing to keep in mind with that, Stephen, is we tested it on the latest beta group, is that the X fields that you have are global. Okay. Yeah. So what you have in one of those cloned, if you will, or even if you put it into delete and then bring it back, whatever you have saved the previous one, it's global. But
my workaround on that is to clone the X field. So let's say you had location X field.
Yeah.
Right. And you typed into the box manually Manchester. The next one, I'd name it location 1, and on that next page, change that to location 1. So that, so it's sort of a mini workaround as such is what I would do. But you may have a better idea, Daryl.
Well, I mean, selfishly, I do, because if you use my form, then you can easily just clone it, make your changes, and export it. Then import that into the Magic Page plugin. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that'll really quickly change all of your X fields.
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have to.
So you wouldn't have to pat around with X fields on each page. You just simply change your form, pull it back in. The pages that are already created are there and left well alone.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, because then you've got multiple forms in Mass Page, right? You could have your London form, you could have your Birmingham form, right? And you name them as that, and you go, right, okay, I want to update my London data.
Bring it in. Yep.
Bring it in. Update the page.
Yep.
Recreate all the Londons. Boom! And that's a time saver, mate. That is.
Yeah. So that's I
my
think
way's
that's
too
why,
long.
I mean, that's one of the things with this new version of Magic Page plugin. I think my form is more relevant than less relevant, because that's the cool thing about it, is that it's going to save you a whole lot of time. So
Stephen, there's the way we work with Mass Pages. So in other words, you've got your website there, and you've got loads of little location-based websites around it, all in the same website. That's the best way to sort of describe it. So Mike Martin has a plugin called Magic Page Plugin. If you go to mass.page, there's a link, isn't there, on your site to it as well, Daryl, isn't there?
Yeah, if you go
Yeah,
to mass.page under recommendations on the top bar,
yeah.
you'll have access to all of the products we're kind of talking about here.
Mhm.
One is Lead Simplify. That's another product. I don't know if you've heard of that, Stephen, which is really amazing. It allows you to basically take a lead via either a web form or a phone call and route it to a various lead buyer where you get paid every time that it gets accessed, by a lead buyer. So it's a really great way to leverage and monetize these mass pages, okay, which are basically these long tail pages that are geo based. And when you have that, it's a great combination. That's why we're talking about here. So
There are so many great products, and the idea so you get Magic Page, and you get a bit stuck when
oh,
understanding the X fields.
he's talking about Mass Page. Mass Page
Oh yeah,
is Mass Page Tools. It's mass.page. It's actually a SaaS platform. Whereas you sign up for mass.page, you get this magic form, we call it, that works with Magic Page plugin, and soon it'll work with a lot of other things. We're working on that. And that will go ahead and send the data exporting. You can export the data and put it into Magic Page plugin in less than 3 seconds. You have all of that data in the form populated into either my template or Steven's template, and your website is 98% done. You just have something to get you started to start tracking those keywords in Google, and then you can start to expand it later if you start to get some traction. So that's what we teach here. But those are great questions.
Stephen, I assume that you've got Magic Page plugin already, so you'll understand hopefully X fields, and the fact that if you've got, let's say, 20 X fields and you want to change them, you've got to go edit, change, save, update, edit, change. And if you forget halfway down to hit update, right, and your computer browser crashes and you've updated 10 of them, right, you've got to update them again. With the form, you start at the top of the form, you work to the bottom, you fill it in top to bottom, you hit an export button, import it into Magic Page plugin, and all the X fields are zapped in straight away. Then you can use one of the themes that I supply, which pulls that data into the theme and lays it out. And like we said, 98% done. You just got to do some tweaks to make it even better.
Yeah, Jeff definitely says the form is a must. You got to have it for Mass Page lead gen.
And something else I love about the form is the client option. And the reason I love the client option is I have the opportunity then to upload one of my themes, set it up, and then I can send the client form to the client and say, fill this in for me. Right. And any bits you don't know about, just let me know, but fill it in and press save and send. Right. They can virtually build the website for you, which means that you could have 10 clients on board with you that are filling in this form, building the website for you, adding photos and stuff, right? And you don't have to lift a finger for that. They don't know that they're building the website for you. You zap it into Magic Page, job done. I love it.
Yeah, it is a cool feature for sure. And that does not come with the business plan, which is the one that we're going to do, the lifetime deal. You won't have the client form with that. So there's more reasons to, if you're sticking with the agency plan or the enterprise plan, to stay with that because you have the full features. This business plan is mostly just to get people a sort of the trial because, Julie's hair salon doesn't need the client form.
No.
So we want to give them a chance to get into this and be able to make some localized landing pages that will get them more business and a time where people could really use more business.
Absolutely. And if you are an agency or thinking of starting up an agency, then start with a business plan because you can build some sites yourself. You can get them going, you can rent them out, make them up, bring the money back in, and then upgrade to then get clients to fill the form in for you or a VA. It's super cool how it all works. And the reason me and Daryl came together at the start of this was because Daryl mentioned the form in Mike's group, and Mike turned around and said, "Get Steve on board. He'll break the form for you and mess around with it." And then me and Daryl got talking about other features in the forms. I mean, I always say about this. I love the light bulb moment when I see Daryl's eyes light up when I said something, and he goes off, up the ladder. All right, and I'm left down at the bottom of the ladder looking up, going, "What's he talking about?" But then he creates it, and then I see what he's talking about, and I love it. And little things like, we talked about the Google My Business option, where when they enter in all the data at the top, it pulls in from Google My Business the business details. That's just a simple little feature in the form that I absolutely love. It saves me time having to fill in all that data myself. And you just work your way from the top, and you can save the form halfway through. So if you're having a bad day and you're being a bit lazy, you fill half of it in, click save, next day come back, fill the rest in.
Well, actually, yeah, the thing is, now make sure that you hit submit as well. So it actually, after when you hit save, it saves it for that session. Okay. But it's not the substitute for hitting submit. When you're ready to close the browser, make sure you hit submit so that it puts that into it locks it in so that you have an entry point. So if you hit save and then go back, it won't be there because it's only that session that you're saving. It's not the actual form. So Ted's giving us a hard time about our haircut.
Well, it's because Jeff has said Judy's hair salon doesn't realize they need lead gen yet. Well, and of course, then Ted said, "Is that where we get a haircut?" Yeah. I get my head shined by her, so
Yeah.
She has to do it with long sticks, right? Because of social distancing, right? And she's like that. Cutting hair,
landscaping shears.
Yeah.
So that's that. Now, seeing as how we have you fine people on here today, I'm going to let a little secret out of the bag to just you guys, nobody else. Okay. As you know, enterprise level members have access to this various softwares that we have, such as Geoholics and Leads Detective. Now, with the new version of Magic Page plugin, it opens up some new doors for us. Okay. I don't want to steal the thunder from Mike, and he's going to announce everything that we're seeing in the beta. But I will be having a product coming out that the enterprise people will get free of charge. Okay. I'll tell you what it's called. It's called CSV Wizard. Okay. CSV Wizard. And what it's going to do is it's going to take what we have for the database generator and take it to a whole other level. Now, Stephen has seen it a little bit on the background. But it's being built currently, and CSV Wizard will work for this project for Magic Page plugin, but it'll also work for maybe a whole lot of other things that you need this for. So free is good, Don says. So if you're enterprise, you'll be able to get access to this. So congratulations to you for that. If you haven't signed up for enterprise, you can go ahead and do that. If you want enterprise lifetime and you already have lifetime anything, whether you have lifetime agency, you can get lifetime enterprise. Just contact me and we can get you upgraded. We just, there's a price you need to pay me, obviously, to do that, but we can get you upgraded to enterprise. So not only do you have the siphon, which we're going to be building a standalone site after we fix everything that we want fixed inside of the system. You'll have the siphon.site. ImageFly is still being produced. We just took a break on it because we had some performance issues that weren't where we wanted it to be. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for ImageFly. Probably midsummer we should have that finished. But CSV Wizard is going to be epic because I've always wanted something like this for my own self, and I cannot find it online to do what this thing does. So I'm not going to tell you what it does, but it's going to help you with Magic Page plugin with your data sets, for your location data sets. and we'll explain more of what it does. Well, I can tell. Well, how do I explain this? I want to
You want
demo
you want
it.
you want to put it in. You want to say the benefit to somebody. Let's say we got someone in the group that is new to all of this, and we want to put it in a way to them, and so maybe it's always good to keep people hanging for another week and talk about it in the week.
Okay.
And
Well,
the thing is, you and I are very good, right, at jumping the gun.
yeah.
And we make these announcements, right? As you and I know, we have to smack our hands, right? And people then go, oh, when's that available? And then we have a delay because of a reason with the software.
Yeah, there's
So
gonna be time. We need to
yeah,
yeah, Eddie, I can't demo it right now because it's part of another program that we have. So we're just gonna take that code and reissue it for this, plus do some other stuff with it that's gonna be really cool. So we're
in the
probably
next couple of weeks, we'll get Dal to do a proper demo of it, and next week, come back next week, and I'll make sure, in layman's terms, Daryl's got an
we
answer
can
for
explain
me
it.
to say literally, yeah, it's like turning on a telly. You hold your remote and press the on button,
Yeah.
and that's what I think we need to get to.
If you
So
if you go to csvwizard.com, you'll see nothing's there right now. So that's how far we are. We have not put a sales page on.
yeah,
We haven't put anything on. Okay, so I'm only letting you guys in because you guys are great people and letting you know about it. But I don't want to tell everybody what I'm doing with it 100% because other people could copy us. So it's going to be a cool tool. Let's just put it that way, and it's
yeah.
going to help a lot of people. So it's definitely going to be awesome.
Now, I wanted to move on to one other little detail to make everyone aware. Now, as you know, right, with all these products we do, there can be little glitches here and there and on updates, on my themes, on Daryl's Magic Form. And I know that there'd been a little glitch with one of the X fields in it. Now, that's been corrected now, Daryl said to me, and I've checked it and it has.
Yeah.
But the thing to know is your older forms, if you're using them with my themes, or you've already got some X field already set up, won't work with the update. So what you need to do is create a new form and move your data over to the new form.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll still have the old X fields in the older ones. And I just want to make sure people are aware of that, because I know I've had a few support tickets in over the last few weeks.
Yeah. So the problem is that which a lot of people don't use these on the forums I've checked, but only like some people are using these, which is the description body images. The regular standard images were fine. It was just when the programmer made some changes, just a couple of characters were off.
Yeah.
And it made their short codes broken. So when you hit submit on those forms, it created those short codes. And so now what you need to do is you have to bring the data over to a new one, which you can do by hitting clone, and then go into that form, make sure that you've uploaded the pictures, and then hit submit again. Okay. Yep. So now you've got a clone form that you hit submit, and now it's doing the process all over again, and it's going to write those properly for you. Okay. Yep. Tim was saying something about Inception shenanigans, dream in a dream. That's going to be your experience when you get on to the new Magic Page plugin. It's a dream inside of a dream.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does anyone have the current? Okay, that's somebody can answer that in the group. Ted says you might say we'll tell you more. You must attend next week. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Next week we'll tell you more details about what CSV Wizard's going to do, and maybe I'll have a screenshot or two. Maybe I'll do that. So then,
and the thing is, as well, just to say, in the future weeks, and I make this announcement early, but there will be times when Daryl and I will release a product, and those that are on the live will get a coupon code to get themselves in on it if it's something new, right? And after the live has finished, that coupon code will end.
That's a good idea,
right?
Yeah.
So there may
Only
be,
for
yeah,
the people that watch the Sunday Live get the deal. That's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
idea. I like that.
So, and
Yeah.
we know, right, that people in the USA can watch this, people in the UK can watch this, and people in Australia can watch this. So there's pretty much nowhere at this time of night that
Yeah.
I know of where they can't, where they can't miss it. And most of the people in our groups are from those countries. We have a few dotted around elsewhere, but majority are. So,
Yeah.
and I've got some ideas coming up over the coming months. And when I release those ideas, once again, there'll be a special super duper low discount code for people within the group that aren't already lifers.
Right. Awesome. I love
Mm,
it.
yeah.
Another thing that Steven and I talked about, Steven's got some great ideas this week. One of the things we're learning from doing the beta testing for Magic Page plugin is it sure is nice to have a small group of beta testers to test things out before they go live. And what I would like to do is we have a staging environment for Mass Page tools that we want to actually have some beta testers for to test things out. So we would have an update of Mass Page tools that you would have access to before other people do to find any bugs and things like that. Now, in order to get in on that, you have to have a lifetime plan. Okay, we're not going to do it for anybody that has a monthly plan, because if they leave the group, they're not as invested. I'll have to change their password and all that kind of stuff. We don't want to have to do that. So so number one, you need to be a lifetime member, whether you're a lifetime enterprise, agency, business plan, whichever. You just have to be a lifetime. The other thing is you have to be part of Mass Page Labs. Mass Page Labs, one of the things, we haven't been super active with that at all, because I've been kind of busy with a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I wanted to get some more people to volunteer to do some experiments, and we haven't had anybody really volunteering. So at this stage, I'm a little disheartened by that, and I would like to see more people volunteer a little bit for the Mass Page Labs, because I can't do all of the experiments. So go ahead, and if you're in the Mass Page Labs, let us know inside the Skype group that you're ready to do something. And
do you know
we'll
what's cool, Daryl, about doing this option as well for beta testers with your tools, is the fact that where they're lifers already and they're in there, if they're playing around with, let's say you did an update and there's something new within one of your tools and they're testing it, and then there's an opportunity as well to say, oh, I've had this idea linked to your tools. So it actually opens up more opportunities for people that are within that group of. So if you're a bit stuck and you think, well, I'm not sure what to recommend to Daryl, because sometimes people do get stuck and they say, well, what do I say? What do I recommend on testing? At least now with Daryl's tools, you can go in there and you can say, I'm playing around with the new version of the form or one of his products, and actually I would like this to be able to do this, and then we can all talk about that as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole idea. It's a small group. I like small groups when it comes to beta testing. So
yeah.
So let's see.
And I know we also talked about something else with it as well, is only so many people will be allowed in the group at a time. So if you come into the group and you're not thoroughly testing the products and you're not being active in the group, and we've got a list of people waiting to jump in, right, you'll get replaced, because we want active people. We want people saying, I've tested the beta version. This isn't working right, or that isn't working right. It's no good to us having 20 people in a group
not doing anything.
not doing anything and not trying out the staging version. So and it sounds harsh, but that's what we need. We need your feedback to improve the product. And you lifers had gotten on a great deal in the first place. You are the ideal candidates, because you can test it in beta mode. You've got it in your normal mode as well, and you can say, I love this feature, or I love this part of it, but this isn't working right. And we just want the active people. So if all of a sudden after a couple of weeks you get booted out, it's nothing personal. It's so we can open up to someone who really wants to jump in and be a beta tester.
Yeah. So the first thing, if you want to be a beta tester in the staging area, is one, you have to be in MassPage Labs. You have to be a member of MassPage Labs. If you don't know how to do that, you can go to mass.page/labs and you can sign up there. Or if you're an enterprise plan member, just put in a ticket at support@mass.page. We'll add you to the group. So you'll be in there automatically if you're an enterprise user into MassPage Labs. But then you have to be a lifetime member as well, because we don't want to give it to people that are paying monthly. We want to give it only to the people that are really engaged, and the lifetime and a MassPage Labs is a requirement for that. So we're also going to change the password every month. So there's going to be one account. This is why we're serious about it. There's one account you'll have access to that you could really screw things up for everybody. So we want to make sure that we give it to the right people. So that's why we're doing it that way. All right. As Ted says, one thing that Daryl learned from the beta group is to not call the group when you're excited to talk to Steven. LOL.
I know. It's because you press that button in the magic page by mistake, and then I got connected to Ted, went back to you, and then by the time we finished, I had to go off and do something else. I didn't get back to Ted, but I will give you a shout in the week, Ted. Don't worry.
I called everybody. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Don
you called everyone. What's funny? You called everyone, and then you dumped the call, right? And mine's because my Skype was rubbish. It still connected me to some of them.
Oh my God! Sorry about that. That's we call that over in America ding dong ditch. It's like when you ring somebody's doorbell and you run.
Knock and run ginger in the UK.
Yeah. So Don says he could be a lab monkey. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And I get what he means from that. There was in the beta testing group that because you have to really, Mike likes people and Keith likes people who are there on the lives. That way, then they can get the live feedback when they're going through stuff. And some people I know couldn't make it because of work and what have you. And so they cleared everyone out who hadn't made it to the lives within the beta testing groups. But the rule is, if you reach out to Mike or Keith, they'll send you. If you were in the beta group, you can get a recording, play it, and then they will let you back in. But you need just make sure you if you want to be back in on it on Magic Page beta testing, that you state clearly that you may not be able to make it to the lives because of other commitments.
Yeah, it's good to be clear about that. I understand. I felt a little bad about some of that happened as well. Yeah. But it is what it is. So
just say in our group, we will do lives every so often in that group to talk about the products, but we won't ask you to commit to turning up to them. We're just going to ask you to commit to typing in the group, maybe do a video or two about how you're using the products, and interact with us. That's all we're asking. If you're not interacting, then it shows us that you're not using the staging version, the beta version. And if you're not using it, and there's other people who are keen to do this and play around with new features, because there will be new features coming out, they're the people we want on board. We're not doing it to be cruel. We're just doing it because we've known in the past that lots of people want to come in on something, and half of them don't do anything, and the other half are super active and interactive, and they're the ones we want to reward. They're the ones that every so often we might be in that group and say, right, 10 people in the group have beta tested this and been amazing. We're going to give you this. And we'll give you, every so often we'll give you something just for the sake of it, because you've worked very hard at doing what you're doing for us.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to just arbitrarily kick people out. I mean, a lot of people have jobs and they have different requirements at different times, but you're absolutely right. I mean, you need to be either engaged or let somebody else in. So it's a small handful of people that'll have access like this. So we don't want it to be a whole bunch of people that are just holding a spot for something, and fear of missing out and all that. So
we can tell as well who's logged into the softwares. And so the thing is when if we see a certain amount of people logging into the software, and let's say there's 10 people in, and 6 of them aren't doing anything, then we want to open up to someone else who wants to do it. You know. But even down to where someone may put a comment in the group and they go, I think this would be a great idea. If other people in the group then put a comment below saying, oh, and also think this is a great idea, then you'll get to stay. It's really the ones after a few weeks that we've had no interaction with, they haven't logged in, and they're really there just for the ride rather than helping out. You know, we're all there to help one another, you know, and me and Dale say this all the time. We really want you guys to do well in your business. We want you to make money. We're fed up with the IM world where people sell you the next shiny object going, you plug this on your website, you'll be making money tomorrow, and you don't. Right. That's the truth of the matter. There isn't a magic push button software. The only way to make money in business is to work hard at your business and focus on your business. Right. That's the only way to make money in life. But once you've got once you've got it running and you automate a lot of it, then you can have the nice holidays and you can be away for 2 weeks in the sun while your bank balance is filling up. You know,
you can be in Bangkok like Jeff Green.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what I would like to do now at this time is to do this again. We did this last week. Is I am going to show who are the top contributors inside of the group. And I think I pushed the wrong button. Did you? Oh, you got it. Okay. Can everybody see this okay? So in the group, we're about where we were last week. Don is number 1. Thank you, Don. Andrew's number 2. George is number 3. David Shear's number 4. Number 5 is Richard Bowen. Thank you for, he's joined only 3 weeks ago. So thanks for your participation. Ted, Simon, Harlan, Tim, and John Doe. Those are the top 10 people contributing in our Mass Page Tools group. I wanted to take a minute to recognize them and thank them for being part of things, sending some likes, sending some, comments, things like that. That's what it's all about. So those are my top 10. And as an award to any of them, if you want a Clubhouse invite, just message me. If you have an iOS device, you can get onto Clubhouse. I've got 7 invites that I've got holding on to, and but it has to be going to you. I can't send it to somebody It's got to be going to you because I'm looking for more Mass Page oriented people to be on there so we could start a club on there. So that's why I wanted to show. All right, and then I also promised to show something else. Are you okay, Stephen? Is it okay if I demo? Okay.
Yeah, you carry on with the demo. I've just had a text message. While you demo, I'm going to quickly 2 minutes run into the house while you run the demo.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll be back.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right, sounds good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you about Marquiz. Marquiz is currently on AppSumo. If you go to go.ht/Marquiz, this gives me like $5 or something if you buy it, $3. It's up to you if you can go directly through, but it's just I'm an affiliate, so I just want to let you know in advance. But if you want to support the channel and give me a little bit of lunch money, feel free to go to go.ht/Marquiz. This is there for a limited time. It's a lifetime deal for this software. It's not perfect yet. However, it has some really cool features that I wanted to demo to you tonight. I'm not affiliated in this product in any way. I just found it on AppSumo, and I bought the max deal. I bought this at the tier 5 because I got white labeling, and I got 10,000 leads per month, so I can use it for clients, okay? So I figure most of these softwares charge you this per month, $245 a month. Survey Any Place, is one. There's one called I think Involve or something.io. There's a lot of these different forums, but they're usually expensive to use. So this one I wanted to point out because I can see a use case for us with MassPage. Okay. So first of all, every single quiz that you do or every single survey that you do, you can tie a domain to, or a subdomain to. Okay. So if you wanted a subdomain, so I have this domain surveyonline.co. Okay. And to just demonstrate how this looks on the front end, all I did was make and grab a template, and I went ahead and added it to here. So this is it. It actually is a full-fledged website, and this is the quiz. Okay, so it says overwhelmed with tons of offers and need a lease a car fast. This was made with Marquiz, and it says for completing the quiz, you get some kind of bonus here and some kind of bonus here. This is just a template, right? It says answer 3 special simple questions and get 5% discount on the amount due at signing and calculate your monthly payment. Okay, so this is a template that comes with it. You can do something like this, but imagine, because this is like a complete website in a bag, you could actually put this on the radio, or on, you can mention it in Clubhouse, okay, where all you're mentioning is the URL, and they will go here and fill out this whole process for you to get a lead captured. Okay. So we'll take questions afterwards. I'm not looking at this. I just wanted to show you this and demo it. So I'm not even looking at the screen where the comments are until afterwards. Okay. So let's first go through this process. Now the URL will stay the same. Okay. And as you click on it, it'll go through the survey. So a few things I want to point out. One is the bonuses have these little lock keys here. I know you might not be able to see it. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, but they have these locks. So you could say, okay, I got to fill this out in order to get those bonuses. Okay. But that's optional. You can turn those off if you don't want that, right? If you get that top package, you don't have this made with Marquiz. You can put your own name in there. Okay. So you can sell this to other people. All right. They don't have an admin for your clients to log in yet, but I'm sure it's coming. It seems like there's a lot of features that this thing already has. And there's a feature request form that you can fill out. That seems like they're very responsive to the ideas that people have. All right, so select the make and model you'd like to lease. All right, so let's go with an Audi and a BMW. All right, and an Infiniti and a Mercedes. All right, and we're going to hit next. And then we're going to say, which type of vehicle do you want? Now, all this stuff you can program. You could do it for any of your lead gen that you have. But if you look over here, it's increased your discount a little bit higher because you've gone further through. So it is like a little bonus that you get. All right. So we're just going to say we want a hybrid, and we want to pay $500 to $599. Okay. So now that form has picked these possible outcomes. Okay. That we can go ahead and look more information into it, and then create a form. So instead of a whole website that shows them all kinds of stuff, it's using this to kind of funnel people through a funnel. Okay. And so you can go through, and this is very mobile responsive, so it works really well. But let's say, for instance, in some of these, he has the range wrong. This is $799. This is outside the price range, but you can fix all that. It's just he wanted more to show up, so I think that's why they have it this way. But let's say you say, okay, this looks good. All right, and it's going to bring up a little card that has that option here. Okay, you can do it like this. You can do it differently, but this is how that is. So it says get your bonus next steps. So they can either take the quiz again, or they can go ahead and say, I like it. And so when they say I like it, it says, great, enter the info to get the bonuses. So they get the 5% discount and then whatever the bonuses are. And you could get rid of the bonuses. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have the discount thing either. You could just be a straight lead form. All right. So I'm going to put in my name, and you're free to use this as well to test it out. It's on surveyonline.co, which is one of my domains. And I'll just go ahead and put mass page at mail.com. All right. And then I have to put in a phone number. I'm just going to put in Okay. And bang. So now what you have is your discount is this, right? This is going to evolve. I'm sure you'll be able to do this, but you can actually change some of this language to change this. Or instead of your bonuses, it could say click here for something. Okay. And I'm going to show you how I'm practicing with it to do something with it. So if you click on this, it would take you to whatever URL that you set up inside of Marquiz. Okay. So let's take you into that by hitting edit. Well, first of all, I can show you the leads. So we have these different leads that came in, right? And then you can click on it and you can see this is how it came in. It says my name, my phone number. It says what cars I'm interested in. It says that I'm interested in a hybrid. And it says I'm interested in an affordable monthly payment of this. And then it says my outcome that I picked was this. So if I'm working at the car dealership, I would just go ahead and call them and say, hey, I said you're interested in a Lexus GX 450. You're also qualified for these other cars. These are all the relevant cars that matched to that. It also says that there's a discount. So this is really cool. It's very robust. And it's super. As far as I can tell you, is I find it to be very useful, considering it can be an entire website. Okay. Now imagine you do all of your stuff with Math Page and Magic Page plugin. All right. And you choose to have this URL, or if you use the URL that comes with it, as an overlay. Okay. I think it's a great idea to use it as an overlay to get your lead captured. And then on the last question, okay, do a redirect to a page that isn't overlaid. Okay. So they can see the entire website after you've captured the lead. Okay. So you make a really fun and friendly form, and then that SOTA comes up. So the SEO is going to benefit from all of the pages that you made, but then you're going to send them to a way to access the page without a overlay. So you can put an installation of WordPress that doesn't have the overlay, but it's not promoted, and then you send them to that page, and then they can see your whole website if you wanted to. Or you could do something such as like win a trip to somewhere, or win a coupon code, or win a Dunkin' Donuts gift card, or something like that. And you could have that in there as well as something that you could give them as a bonus. And there's a lot of those that are freebies that you can buy online for just a few cents, and you'll be able to have like these different bonuses that you can send to people that are like promotions, marketing promotions, right? There's some services that you pay per month, and you can have unlimited promotions that you can give to people. You could come up with an ebook. You could come up with, all kinds of stuff. Now, this thing also does calculations for an estimate. So you can do an estimate for people, and you could give like a price range after they answer some questions, but it also produces a lead for you. So it doesn't give them the estimate until they've filled out the lead form. So there's a lot of really good use cases to this. So I wanted to point it out while it's a lifetime deal on AppSumo, because these things, once they're gone, they're gone. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is that if you get the top package with them, there is a way to disable the lead form and do a white label. Okay. And the beauty of that is under under the lead form is you can route it to your lead simplify. So that's what I did on this one. And I'll show you what happens when you fill this out. All right. So let's go back to this, and I want to actually look at the form itself. There's the link down here. Okay. And so here is this is another template that I was messing around with. And so we're just going to answer a few questions. What's your weight? And you wanted muscle and 1 to 2 workouts a week and high cholesterol. You fill this out. It says redirecting to leadsimplify.net. And now it goes to my form, okay, for them to fill out more information. Okay. What I'm recommending to these guys at MarkWiz is that they have it so that it'll do a different redirect based on the outcome. So I've already put in a post to them to try to recommend them to that. But if you see this is very powerful, you can have them fill out the form and then have a different Lead Simplify form based on what they filled in. Okay. So if they filled in things that are termite removal, then you would send them to the termite removal Lead Simplify form, because with Lead Simplify, you can have as many different forms as you want. So once you have the outcome, you can have a different Lead Simplify form that they fill out after they have filled out the fun form with MarkWiz. So I think it's a great opportunity for everybody. I wanted to point it out because it is a lifetime deal at AppSumo. And I want to give people a chance to ask me questions of what they think that I would do. This is the domain. If you want to give me some credit for my demonstration, just go to go.ht/MarkWiz, and that'll get you to my affiliate link. That'll get you into AppSumo. You don't pay anything more. It just supports the channel and the work that we're doing to always find new and better options for you. All right. So that's that. So any questions, go ahead and throw them into the comments. Again, it's go.ht/MarkWiz, or just go right to AppSumo. And if you're interested, take a look at it a little bit further. That'll give you a better idea what it does. But I think it has a lot of value.
That's really good. I love the extra value that you put into these. So while we're waiting for questions, and sometimes it can take a moment or two for the chat to update, get your names in onto the list to win a domain name, which will be coming up a bit later. So pop all your names in there while we're waiting for extra comments to come in.
I'm only gonna give away domains if we get some participation. So
yeah,
go ahead and put some comments in, and let us know that you're.
I think what you should do, right, and whether you agree, you can say no to this. It's fine, right? But I think when we open up the channel for people to come on and say hello, they should get a second chance on the wheel.
Maybe. How would we do that?
Well, you just put their name and and a star next to it for the second chance.
Oh, okay. So they get two
chances on the wheel.
I only want to have 1 or 2 people to join us on the call live. So
just have them queuing up then, I guess.
Too many, yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you think that could be a good option? The tool, the thing is with the tool is that with MarkWiz, you can't put it in place of Lead Simplify on my form because it has to have some JavaScript that goes into the head of the page in order to include the quiz inside your page. However, the overlay should work fine because it's going to take the whole site and maximize it all the way across. And that I think that'll be a great thing for people. So you were going to suggest Lead Simplify for it. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, I want to do that. I have a platform that allows for surveys. What is your platform, Don, that you're using for surveys? You can do the same kind of thing maybe as you can send it to your Lead Simplify form. I'm just suggesting MarkWiz just because it's a lifetime deal. I don't like monthly payments for these kinds of things because they're over, I don't like to be limited. So when I see these things and they only have 100 leads per month, and it's a monthly price, I don't like it as much. So I think that it's best if it's a lifetime deal and you can open up to 10,000 leads per month. You'll never get that probably. And you could offer this to clients. Now, there's some other added benefits to it. Again, I'm not affiliated with the program. I'm just impressed with what it's doing. You can actually send people to a chat bot where you could engage them further. So they got integration with some chat bots as well. And I think that that's kind of cool that you could have a conversation with people that filled out the lead form. How about the enhanced Elementor forms? They store answers in WordPress. Any Evo plans for that enhancement? Yeah, so I'm not sure what he means by that, Jeff.
Yeah.
If you want
I mean,
the
thing I say with enhanced forms on Elementor is, yes, they store the data, right?
Yeah.
And you need a very good privacy policy on your website to make sure that you're looking after customers' data. I love this sort of third-party product because they've produced the product. They would have had a legal team behind them to make sure that they cover all areas for keeping customer data safe. So if something went wrong with that platform, right, technically you can wash your hands in a way. You can say, I didn't leak the data. That was them, not me.
Yeah.
Right. And so I love these products, the SaaS softwares where you can pass the buck a bit and you can put in your own little disclaimer. Please note, we use third parties for software for XYZ, and it's down to them to keep they will collect customer data and it's down to them to keep it safe. Please see their privacy policy. And in this day and age where we live in a very much of a world where people want to sue whoever they can, in the UK, if you walk down the road and slip on a leaf, you can apparently sue the council, and it's sad that people want to do that. So you've always got to sort of safeguard yourself. I mean, I love the lead gen business because very simply they prepay me. If they're unhappy, I'll give them the money back and kick them out, and I'll say don't come back. Because I don't want unhappy customers. I just want the happy ones, and so it's much easier. I've never had anyone so far do that. Another little tip that I do when I get on Lead Simplify a dispute on a call, I will get a notification. I'll just go and give them back the credits. I don't even check anymore because my time is more important, right? So if you can automate these products, right, by setting and forgetting, and that's what I love about this as well, Daryl, is you set it up and leave it, set and forget. Same with Zapier and other products like that. If you can automate the whole process from start to finish, that and last week I talked about some SEO stuff and what have you. If you automate it, it's going to save you a lot of time, and it takes the stress off your shoulders because it's doing it all for you. Then you can focus on your business and other important things. And so, when you get someone, argue about a few credits on the Simplify, just go in and give them back the credits, right? Yeah. If they do it 5 or 8 times a month, then play the recordings and play them back and see if they're pulling a fast one at you.
Wheel of Names is coming up soon, so go ahead and put your name inside the group if you're watching. We'll go ahead and add you to the wheel. But for right now, if you go to go.ht/guest, if you want to join us, this is your once and only final call to join us live here with Stephen and I to ask your questions, make your points, and we'll take up to 2 different people. So feel free to jump on if you want to join us. Again, it's go.ht/guest. Actually, it won't work for you right now. Let me go do something because I forgot I have to update this every time. So hold on.
You update the link and I'll chat to the wonderful people. We love your ideas. We're always improving what we're doing all the time. And we appreciate your patience. Sometimes things take a little bit longer than expected to get resolved. I get frustrated myself here when something's not working right with one like Magic Page plugin, and I'm waiting for a fix on that or whatever. But we get there we do get there in the end. And so this is sort of always been a long-term product and projects, and we will always look after our customers. even down to a couple of weeks ago, the hosting went down. And instantly I had a notification, and the first thing I did was I jumped on a live to tell people there was an issue. Now, our hosting stayed down for 15 minutes. And what our guys did was they switched from one data center to another. What caused the problem was the fact that there was a major fire in a major data center, and the fire brigade had to shut down all the power, which shut all the servers off. Now, our hosting, within 15 minutes, the websites were back up. The control panel wasn't back up because that was actually in that data center, and they were getting ready to move it if they had to. All right, and so they were holding back on that. Yet, two other host companies I know of that use the same data center, they were down all night, the whole night, while they were getting the firing control. So you can see the difference with our hosting. That 15 minutes, I think, was pretty darn good for the first time in 10 years where it all went down, and it was a major route for a lot of big hosts as well. So and if you do a Google for data center fire, I think it comes up on the news somewhere as well. Wow. So yeah. So wow. 15 minutes. All our guys did was reroute the websites using the name servers to one of the other data centers where they got the sites running, and they all came back up. So that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good.
Everything is 90. Oops. Go to /guest. Let me just make sure that this is working so that people can get in. Yeah, it is. Okay. So if you click go.ht/guest, we'll get you in here. We got to add George. Jeff Gitlin, are you there? I put you in here. Paul Powers here. Dale is here. Welcome, Dale. Let's see. Anybody else is getting in the wheel of names?
Yeah, the wheel of names.
The wheel of names, the wheel of names, the wheel of domains.
Yeah.
So again, if you want to see the domains that I have for sale on dan.com, go to go.ht/domains, go.ht/domains, and you can see the other domains that we have for sale. But we're going to give one away tonight to some lucky winner that is watching us live. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you watch us live Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 or 10 p.m. I guess it's going to be 10 p.m. next week, UK time. And then some early time in the morning for Andrew Adair time in Australia. So it looks like we don't have any guests today. We've kind of been a little long.
I have just shared the links in the channels.
Okay.
Some reason I'm going to chase up StreamYard on this that it isn't posting our link to Facebook. I think Facebook's thrown a wobbly.
I don't think that they're allowing it from third parties because of the things that can happen. So I might have to you have to be present to win. I know Jeff was in earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just let him be in here because he made a few points in here. Is there anybody else today that was in here? Jeff Green. Oh, let's do a Jeff Green.
Yeah. Now, while you're typing that in, does anybody who's watching us tonight want to just hop on, say hello, and shout go? Because we normally invite someone on to shout go to start the wheel, right? So you're welcome to just go to go.ht/guest. We put the links in on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, you get to say spin, right? That's how we
hop on and shout. You can just come in and go hi, and then go spin. And if you don't want to say anything else, you can disappear. It's fine. Just remember, if you do hop in, to pause the video on the channels you're watching from, because you'll get that sort of delay echo in your ear, so you'll hear us twice.
Do you want to see what domains are up for grabs today?
Yeah, well, let's go and see them. Yeah, why not?
All right, let's show you. This is what you have. We brought back Tile Solar Roof for the solar lovers out there. We have Hire a Techie from last week. I've added Rank and Roll.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Rank and Roll.
Rank and Roll for you SEO people. Yeah. And we've got Quotes Experts that's back from a few weeks back. So
Don's saying this site still can't be reached, but you went to it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I will check the link myself.
Go.ht/guest. Go.ht/guest.
I'll
If
go
anybody
for the
wants
link
to
and
join.
check. Oh, it's saying that as well. No, it's my mistake. Sorry, it's go.ht-guest. Not I typed gp.ht.
Oh, okay. You got to fix that. So
yeah, so I'll just type the right
go.ht/guest.
go.ht.
Yeah, Steve had a typo.
Yeah.
All my links will have a go.ht. That's my short code domain for things that I'm
in
sending
now,
out.
so it's correct.
So Don, if you want to join us, you're welcome to go.ht/yes. Anybody that wants to join, you can come in and just say you want to send the go spin. That's up to you.
Yeah. We'll give him a moment or two to click on the right link. Sorry about that.
Is there anybody missing on here that was on the call earlier? We'll add some names and let them let us know. This is the domains that are up for you to steal.
See who's.
I think it was it Robert that won last time?
Oh yeah, Robert won last week. Yeah. So
we have Don with us.
Let's
bring him
in. Hello,
hey,
Don.
How's it going?
All right. How you guys doing?
Doing
Lovely
good.
to see you.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to see someone new on our lives with us. So
did you call to give me a hard time about my pineapple shirt or?
No, pineapples are good.
Okay.
As long as you don't live under the sea.
Have you noticed that most of the crowd behind Daryl have the same shirt on? That's why they're all yellow.
Yeah, I try to match my shirt. So, how you doing, Don? Thanks for being number one in our group.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks.
Yeah. So, are you interested in spinning the wheel, or do you have a question for us?
No, spin the wheel.
Okay.
Excellent. I loved your appearance from your dog, by the way, in the doorway a moment ago, Don.
Yeah.
All right. He says spin. Here we go.
Here we go.
Spin in the wheel. We get the $1,000 domain. Ooh, it's Simon. Simon, congratulations. Hey. He has not won from us before, so congratulations, Simon. I'll go ahead and flash on the screen what domains you have up for grabs tonight. You have Tile Solar Roofs, which is a big solar potential for you. We have Hire a Techie. We have Rank and Roll. Both of those have the dashes in it. And we have Quotes Experts. So let us know which one would work best for you.
A, B, C, or D.
And we'll get our comments on here. Hold on a second.
While Daryl's doing that, Don, I want to actually ask you, because you obviously you're a big player in our group. And I just wanted to know how do you you obviously use the form and tools and that. Have you found since using them that it's made your life a lot easier with what you're doing in your work?
I'm still maneuvering around, getting the tool to work for myself.
And is there something that we could do to help you guys? I'm at the moment putting some training together. To help people, easy sort of over the shoulder training, and I'm almost finished on the directory site training, which will be released in the next couple of weeks. Is there any areas that are a bit grey for you that you think might help if I did a quick video in the group to give you a bit more direction?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful, like, you say what needs to go in here, but then maybe a quick little bit of verbiage saying why it's there, what the causation of having that in there, and what the ultimate links are, just so that you can piece the whole puzzle together.
That's cool. Well, once I've done Daryl's new theme that he can hand out, what I'll do for you guys is I'll do a quick walk through the form, and once I've done the the sort of simple walkthrough, we'll share that as well, so it gives you a better idea.
Yeah, because I think that's helpful, because this knowing what text goes in there, but then knowing the bigger picture of how that text interacts with everything else.
Certainly. Evening, Simon.
Hello there. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. Can you guys? Hello.
We can.
Yep.
We can hear you. Yeah.
I think Don, I think Simon first. You have Don to thank because he spun the wheel with your name on it.
Well, thanks. That's brilliant. Yeah, really pleased with that. So yeah, I think I'll go for quote experts. That sounds like a good one. So yeah, thanks very much.
All right. It does have the S on it. It's quotes experts, I think.
Sounds good to me.
Just so you have it. Awesome.
Yeah, just come and say hello. So thanks for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I like your background. Is that a real brick wall or is that image?
No, green screen. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Do you like my image? This is a fake green screen.
Fake.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really a basketball stadium behind him, and he replaced it with a green screen.
Yeah, because I'm at the stadium. If you look at the back corner behind Daryl, there's a little sort of green mark on the wall there, and I'm just next to that fake green screen.
Oh man, what a bunch of characters on this Sunday live that we do. Is there any questions or anything comments that you guys have while you're both here, Simon?
Not in particular. I've been doing some work with Steve. I've had a couple of consultations with him already. I'm just working on a few sort of plans in the background, which have been really, really useful.
Super.
So probably be in touch again, Steve, talk a bit more about mass page and everything else. So yeah, I've not built anything out yet. I'm just really sort of getting things together to help me on a site that I'm working on. I have
to say, guys, and this is a shameful plug. I haven't got. I normally I've got a plug in here I can hold up and say that's a shameful plug. But Simon's been putting together an SEO course, which he kindly gave me access to, and I've looked through it. And when it gets finally released properly, it's going to be brilliant. Seriously, and I'll make an announcement in the group nearer the time, because I've been looking through it, and I was thinking at one point I was thinking of doing a similar SEO course myself. Well, I don't need to now because I'm going to recommend Simon's at some point, because it is
that's very good.
Well, seriously, seriously, Simon. It's because when I see content that is created, right, for me to create what you've created there would take me a number of weeks. Yeah, and what's easier than me to say, actually, go and get this course because it's really good. So that's my idea behind it. Ultimately, for you guys, is just to sort of, once you're fully there and you're ready. And we're sort of both chat about it. I know it's going all in the right direction, and I gave you a little bit of feedback on it here and there, and it's coming together. So it's really good.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, great. Thanks for the feedback. Great.
Yeah,
thank you.
Awesome. If anybody wants to go out, I can let you guys go out. I got George on the line as well.
Hi guys.
Hi George.
How are you?
I like your background. That's a good website there. It's like the party line. So George, thanks again for you as well. Simon, Don, George, you guys are in our top 10 of participants on the Mass Page group. And I got to tell you, it really motivates me when other people are getting involved, answering questions for other people. It's a community effort. As I said to Richard Bowen, sometimes I wait to see if some people are going to answer, not because of laziness, but I just want to see if anybody else can offer some tips and help other people out inside the community. So I appreciate all of you guys, and the three that you guys are on here and participating. We really appreciate that.
No worries. Good.
Yes,
yeah,
George,
you guys got a killer group, so.
Thanks. It's killer because you guys are in it and being involved. So we really appreciate that. George, did you have anything for us?
Well, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes,
now I can. Yes, I can now.
Okay. No, just to say hello, to say hi. I always try to be here on Sundays. It's like, my new thing.
Nice. Well, we'd love to have you here. And for those that are on the replay, we do this Sundays at 5 o'clock Eastern. And this is the first time we've ever had this many people on the call. So this is
nice.
cool.
It's always, we love interacting with you guys. And the whole idea of us being on here isn't just to give you extra training or tips and tricks, which we find out and we come up with. And as Simon will know that, I've given you some golden nuggets since we've been talking, stuff that I don't always share on the lives, because they are super duper golden nuggets, which people pay for my time on. But on here, also on the other side of it, I'm happy to share certain things. So is Daryl. And then when we get you guys come on and sort of come and say hello, it's awesome, because it's nice, some. Like this is the first time I've met Don. I think George has been on before, maybe, or if not, I know I've spoken to him in the group many a time. But it's ultimately nice to see your faces on here, and sort of and also it opens up every week. If there's a week where you got a question about something, that you can ask either of us and get both of us at the same time with our views on it. And that's another bonus here. I mean, there's not many products. I've said this before. There's not many products in the world where you get the vendors live on a call once a week, where at the end of it we go, come on and ask us anything. I was going to ask Daryl how many people in the stadium behind him tonight.
Only 40,000.
Oh, not many then.
They're all fans of MassPage, that's for sure.
Yeah. They've been very good behind. They've been very quiet tonight and sat still, haven't they?
I'm sorry I can't bring them all on, but they're definitely big fans. So, well, great guys. Well, thank you for being a part of our Sunday night. If there's anything you guys want us to cover, George is a guy that understands SaaS platforms. So if you ever have a question about a SaaS platform that has come out or he seems to know all the ins and outs of who's liking it, who's not, and everything like that. I ask him questions a lot, don't I, George? I ask you a lot of questions about SaaS platforms.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, last time I recommend you to check Next Week. And I think it can work with all that crazy stuff that you're going to do with the CSV. I'm pretty sure it can work with Magic Page and basically personalize, videos and image too.
Yeah, NextWeave is another platform that is up and coming. And it has a lot of features to it. I would like to demo it. The only problem I have is that a lot of what I plan to do with ImageFly, it is doing already. So that's why I'm a little bit discouraged, but happy at the same time. So, it's one of those things is I want to have ImageFly built in, as I promised to have for everyone. But when you see a great product like NextWeave and some of the other ones that have come out in the last year or so, a couple of years, it's great, but it's also like, wow, somebody's already doing something amazing with this. So
you always can do something different, to adapt it to Magic Page. Of course, you have the advantage there for this target for our
right. Well, when we did our testing, the performance was still, we have to make sure that the performance is going to help versus hinder. I don't want to introduce a product. We throw a lot of things on the cutting room floor per se that are not going to work in real life. That's what the Mass Labs is about. That's why things that I do off air sometimes don't make it on here, because not everything out there is good for us. So that's why I want to make sure that whatever I could put out is going to be good for the MassPage community, not something that is just a shiny object, something that actually is absolutely helpful. That's why this CSV wizard that we talked about tonight, that's going to be very helpful. And the ImageFly, when we integrate that through, I think it'll be very helpful. But if the performance of the server is not fast enough, it won't be helpful. The server has to be fast enough to really spit out those images very, very quickly. So we have some ideas on how to do it, but we're not quite there yet. So that's why it's on the side burner, so to speak. So, Awesome.
Exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, it's really nice to see you guys come on, and it's the first week we've had 5 on, so that's in the window, including us 2. So
yeah.
So that's really good.
Awesome. Well, if you don't have any other questions,
say hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm doing my first ever StreamYard on I've got a small Facebook group, and I'm doing the first one ever tomorrow. So kind of coming in here and seeing how it all works actually live is very helpful. So hopefully when I do my own tomorrow, it'll be good. I've got a guest coming in. We're talking about sales funnels and stuff. So
cool.
we'll see how it goes. This is quite a good to see it actually in action. So thanks for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very intuitive program. It's very simple and to understand and stuff. So
main thing to watch, Simon, is sometimes Facebook, the messages when you type in the main chat on StreamYard don't go out to Facebook always. So what we do is I have mine and Daryl's Facebook group open on a second screen. So that way then I can paste in links in there just in case they don't go out from the main chat. So that's the only thing to watch out for.
Yeah.
I'll look out for that. Yeah, thanks for the tip.
That's all right.
All right. So awesome, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. I got to watch some basketball. I missed some of the games today. So thank you all for joining us. Have yourself a wonderful week.
Just a quick one. Ted, Simon's also in the UK, same time as you.
7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's about it's a guest.
Oh, he's talking about that, is he?
Anyway, but I'm good. Yeah. I think he's talking about that. Yeah, 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Okay.
I'll message you. Just
cool.
Somebody talk about sales funnels if you're interested. But I'm not trying to plug it. Maybe you're welcome to come along if you want to.
You're welcome to. That's fine, Simon.
Send me the link as well, Simon, and I'll stick it in the group so people can have a look. All right.
And Simon,
they're very welcome, of course.
Don't forget to message me, and we'll get you that domain taken care of and squared away. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I will do. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Marvelous. Thank you, guys. As always, good to see you all pop on here.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. And me and Daryl will be back next week, won't we?
Yes, we will. Take care, everybody.
Thanks.